Hi, intrepid viewers. I'm sorry this video is a bit late, but things have been hectic. But here I am coming to you from the future. It's Wednesday morning in Australia. Now, isn't it great? We're on the other side of Trump getting arraigned, and the crowds were nothing burgers, and he's been told he can't interfere with witnesses. So we'll see. We'll certainly be looking into that. But something else that might have flown under the radar for you, because we know the Yeti sucks up all the oxygen in the room. Utah, a school in Utah has banned the St. James Bible on the grounds of vulgarity and violence. I love all the V words, don't you? Utah. Goodness. I can't believe it. So now, on top of that, something I'd like to look at that got swallowed up last week, excuse me, Justice Roberts came out of a coma and actually pulled his finger out and made a decent judgment about Alabama gerrymandering their elections. So I want to have a look at that first, and then we'll move on to the other juicies. Okay. All right, Justice Roberts, Alabama vote rigging. Is it going to go anywhere? Alabama. Alabama. God, even saying it is kind of scary, isn't it? Has all those associations. Okay, what's happening? Alabama and vote rigging. Let's have a look. Oh. Ah, well, here we go. So it starts weirdly, actually, in terms of the Page of Cups. So pages are messengers. And so this is actually hitting people more emotionally than they were prepared for, in a way. So they're so used to being able to stop Black people voting that that's their bread and butter. They're kind of shocked, I think, the surprise news, the fish in the cup. I think they're absolutely astonished anyone noticed or commented, let alone a Chief Justice. Now, they have to decide, are they going to do the right thing and perhaps not do it as crudely as they have been, or will they continue on their merry way? So as yet, this has not gone far enough. It needs to go further, but we've got some cards coming up. Now, this is another page, the Page of Wands. Now, if they don't act and stop this gerrymandering, I think you'll get a reaction like in Tennessee, where the Tennessee Three and those two Black men in particular who became overnight sensations, you could have that reaction in Alabama coming up. Justice, the Justice card, apart from being justice, is about cause and effect. So I think the fact that he is of such high standing has woken a few people up. And I think there could be more pushback going forward on vote rigging. So I'm pleased with that. I think it'll be okay. I think Alabama, like the poorest states, have the highest youth populations. And I won't bore you with the sociological details of why that is the case, but they do. And so young people will be paying attention, particularly after Tennessee. So let's have a look. There's this woman, her name's Molly something. What's her name? Sorry. Yeah. Now, the guy who was arrested with Trump, his name is Walt Nauta. He's called the Body Man. What does that mean? Can someone tell me in the comments, please? What does that mean? Does that mean he cuts the Yeti's toenails? What does a body man do? Is it security or is it valet work? What is it about? Anyway, the point being not him, but Molly Michael, her name is, and there's talk that she might be the next Cassidy Hutchinson in this case, because apparently in the long 45-page indictments, her name keeps coming up. So I want to have a look at Molly Michael. Will she be one of the many women who seem to be more effective at getting to the Yeti than the men? So she was obviously a Trump devotee. She was with him in the Oval Office. Then she followed him to Florida. Molly Michael, she'll be in the doo-doo. What will she do? Okay. Ooh. Oh my word. Well, these are crystal clear. Absolutely crystal clear. She represents, I don't think it's too strong a word to say the death of the Yeti in the sense. See, in the One World Tarot, we made it clearer that the figure of death tramples the king. His crown has come off. That's it. She is under pressure. She is under enormous pressure. She's also going to be stuck on her own. Okay, but you can believe that a lot of the prosecutors, and there's a huge team of them, will be twisting her arm to testify. I don't think she's a Cassidy Hutchinson in the sense that she felt, as an American, I should do the right thing. I think she's actually deep in the Trump toilet. But people are big on self-preservation. Now, hovering over this pressure and her being isolated, justice again. Justice. There's 78 cards. Here's justice again. Bang over her head. Will she make a deal? Yes, she will. And will she be able to expose him? Yes, she can, and yes, she will. I'm loving that. Loving that. So keep your eye and ears out for Molly Michael. Okay, go Molly. Now, I have to thank you guys. I almost forgot. When the indictments hit, quite a few of you went back to my video on what's going to happen in June. And I said in week 2 of June, this has Jack Smith written all over it. So you got back to me and said I got the big one right. So thanks for that, guys. Love that. Love that. And I haven't forgotten the competition. I'll tell you the winner at the end. Okay, but meanwhile, back to our beloved Jack Smith. Okay, so he's subpoenaed people now about the Saudi Arabian Live Golf tournament. I mean, these guys are richer than God and they play with soccer and they play with golf, but they don't play the game. They want to own the whole international competition, you know. So, subpoenas. And if you remember, going back before Trump was even a candidate, I was going to say Eric Prince. Oh, I want to read on him too. Eric Trump went to a real estate gathering and said, we are getting so much money from Russia. Okay. And that was about golf. So it started with Russia, and now he's totally immersed with the Saudis. So let's have a look. Will there be blowback for Trump or any of the adult children? Will there be blowback from that case? Oh, we're going to be bonded here for years, intrepid viewers, with these court cases. Oh my God, look, we're all so much older than when it started. Oh my God. Okay. Look, I was shuffling and shuffling and shuffling and shuffling, and here's the justice card again. I mean, what are the chances? Someone can do the stats, but the chances are really small. I would pull one card 3 times. Okay, so it has to be meaningful. Page here with the raised sword. I think this is an indicator it could actually involve Don Jr. or Eric as well as their father. The false knight, well, there's so many. How can you choose? But I think this is coming from a Saudi perspective. We'll give you hundreds of millions of dollars to do X, Y, and Z around golf. This is an international story. Now, this card, the 5 of Pentacles here, I think, it's funny. We're always obsessed with the big cases for obvious reasons, but it could be this one that actually breaks the bank. Trump org has been subpoenaed. So I don't think it's going to be just him. I think it will be the kids. By that time, Ivanka will have changed her name and moved to Tel Aviv, right? But I think the boys could be left. And justice, like I said. So keep your eye on the golf case. Only thing that's interesting about golf is when it enters international politics. I mean, really. Okay, now, Eric Prince. Eric Prince, remember him, the brother of the evil Betsy DeVos. And he ran, was it Blackwater, I think? He got in on the ground floor of all these private mercenary armies that are fighting these proxy wars everywhere from Chechnya to the Sudan and Syria and everywhere else. Eric Prince. And he's escaped so far, but not now. He's been indicted in Austria, not Australia, Austria, for selling arms to Libya. Now, just the fact it's happened is big news. And also, how long ago was that? Probably 10 or 15 years. So that's how long a lot of these cases take, you know. So let's have a look at Eric Prince. Will he weasel his way out of this? Will he evade this court case in some way? He could actually hide on one of his sister's 37 yachts. Probably is. But will there be any repercussions for Eric Prince? Eric Prince. Ooh. Oh, family money. This is the beginning of charges for him. Okay. So the 10 of Pentacles, he comes from a rich family. He makes money in his sleep, money oozing out of every orifice. You know, that's protected him so far. But someone or a team, a legal team, are not going to be stopped. They are after this guy. You don't really know why, but they are. They have had their setbacks. I don't think this is him looking miserable. I think it's them. I think it's been a very hard road for the legal team in Austria to join the dots, but they can illuminate with the sun. They can illuminate his dealings. And I think this is the first of many, because his final card is the Empress, who is pregnant with possibilities. But when the Empress turns up in a reading, it expands everything. So I think, like all court cases, they're going for the smaller, solid one, then they'll build a case. Wouldn't that be worth waiting for? Seeing Erik Prince actually captured by Interpol or whoever, that would be a good day. That would be a good day. Now, I've been asked to read on the forest fires or the wildfires in Canada. Oh, I'm going to put a link up on this video of the South African firefighters who have gone to Canada to help. It's a beautiful little clip. If you haven't seen it, I'll put it up for you. And I'll put up the name of the winner too. But I don't normally do weather things. That's more Linda G's department. And let me tell you, I am on Linda G's channel. I will tell you when. Monday, the 26th of June at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Okay? 7 p.m. Pacific time on Monday, the 26th. So that'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. But now, having a look at the wildfires, and they're in so many places: Alberta, Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia. Oh my God. And the fallout, of course, has gone everywhere, including New York, apparently. But let's have a look. But I'm speaking we as global citizens, even with this horrendous stuff, we're such slow learners about climate change. It's disgusting. Okay, let's have a look. The fires. Well, I think it will get better from here, but it's an ongoing problem. Look, here's the Wheel of Fortune. It's karma, fate, and destiny. But you don't have to be esoteric to understand the basic science of it. It's, you know, you have global warming, you have massive logging, you have neglect of rivers and waterways, and Australia is exactly the same. And every time there's a major bushfire, we all go, oh, we won't let that happen again. We'll do this, 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 and this. And of course, it keeps happening. So what I'm saying about this card is I think it'll happen inevitably again. But there is concerted action here. The Four of Wands is about solidity and putting your feet on the ground. And I think the fires themselves will be under control, but it's the underlying problems. This is costing a fortune for Canada in every way. Lost productivity, lost agricultural land, damage to houses, health implications. It's costing the country a lot of money. So we have the Page of Wands here. We just had recently in another spread. Spreading the word. I think this will give momentum to climate activists. They will have the microphone for a while. There will be that. Then, of course, what happens, same in Australia. The argument is, yes, you're probably right, but we've got to think about business. Well, no. Think about this, because it keeps sending our countries broke by not dealing with it. You know, and it's that thing. It costs more to ignore climate change than to deal with it. Yeah, so frustrating. So I think this is people joining together in terms of literally fighting the fires, but Canada is afflicted with its own far right and its own Stephen Harpers and people, but I think this is more the majority of people waking up. And I think this is quite optimistic. This is a sign for action. This is action. Reining in the horse, looking at what is happening and maybe doing the math and working out the economics of this. So it's not just about doing the right thing. It only changes when people realize it costs money to ignore it. Okay, so let's dive in here. Thank you for all your comments. So the competition, for those who missed it, was about where were you when you heard that Trump had been indicted? It was a where were you competition. And there were hundreds of fabulous comments, fabulous. People weeping while they were making balsamic jam. There were endless stories of celebration with like-minded people, but also having to secretly celebrate if you're a blue dot in a red sea, right? Every sort of variation on where people were. But the winner is Martha. And her story was she was at the dentist when she heard, and at the same time she was told she would need 4 surgeries and that would cost $6,000. So she was elated with the Trump news, and then boom. So I thought, deserved winner. So Martha, please email me. The email is underneath every video, and I will arrange to send you your One World Tarot. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Mark down Monday the 26th in the US time zone, the Pacific, and I'll see you before then. But thanks for your patience. Take care, guys. Bye now.